So this is kind of a spur in the moment video. Today I've talked about in the past the Multiliner SP, and today's video I wanted to talk about how to replace them. As you can see here from doing a lot of conventions and traveling, it blew out. And now it's really dry, so it doesn't even draw anymore. And I've been meaning to replace this one for a while. I'm sorry for the creak on my chair. It's from late night drawing and gaming. But what you would need to start off is, of course, you need your SP. And basically it's just aluminum. There's a little reservoir in there, and it clicks in like that. And then you have your actual nib, and it comes out like that. And you can still see there's still a lot in the chamber there. Let me clean that off, because the last thing I want is to damage the new brush, or the new nib rather. This is a 0.5, so I use this more to line the characters out. You've probably seen it in some of the speed drawings where I'm doing the outline of the characters, so that's what the 0.5 is really good for. I don't know if you can zoom in. Oh, it's backwards, but you get the gist. So yeah, it's kind of off the cuff, and I'm gonna just show real quick in this way, because you guys are probably tired of seeing, you know, the down view. Another thing is there is a remover so that you don't break it, but you know, obviously if it breaks, you know, I have more replacement nibs, but if you only have one nib, do not just pull it out like I did there. You know, don't follow my bad example there. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do is just remove the cap, put that somewhere where it's not going to get in the way, and then remove the old cartridge, and then also remove the nib. So you can see there it's still really full of ink, but it's not flowing out. So I'm going to just remove this pretty plastic here. And another reason why I don't want to do the top view is because I still have the Alistair black from last night here, and it's still drying. I think part of it has to do with how It's the highest you can get, at least over the counter. And just spray a little bit on a piece of paper towel. And what they'll do is, since this one blew out, you can clean the outside. Because the last thing you want is to go to your brand new pen and it's full of ink. And you can do these for the markers too. I don't know if you've noticed in the video, but a lot of my markers have blown out. This is part of the reason why I don't like to fly. I mean, I hate flying to begin with, but the high altitude and the pressure, if you transport your markers, even if you ship them out, they will blow out. The pressure from the airplane. Yeah, now it's gray, so it's starting to write. I'm gonna grab the camera real quick. Sorry for the shakiness here. So it will start to write. That little line there. Those are the lines it's making. So it will start to write. And now it's getting even darker and darker. But do not start using it until it's completely black, because you can damage your nib. And the thing about Copics is that they're all handmade in Japan. It's not machine made like some other markers on the market. I should be getting paid by Copic here. No, I really love Copic. Even if I got these for free, I would take really good care of them. But just the fact that you have to spend a lot of money in order to get a collection going. Even just getting a small set, like a 5 or 6 marker set, can run you, $40-45 bucks. So it has to be more than just a hobby for you. That's why I always say, if you want to get used to blending, going with Artist Loft brands, even Prismacolors, they're still expensive. Prismacolors are pretty expensive, but you're not dropping $8 a marker. The Multiliner SP, they're now up to, I think, $12 a pen. So that's really expensive, and I think it's because of the aluminum they use. See, it's still not even black. And also, I really haven't been drawing much with it, so drawing is really gonna have the nib start to flow. Yeah, see, now it's perfect black. Nintendo 64, perfect black. And there you go, fully, kind of like John Riggs does the cart surgery. We have successfully done a pen surgery, open pen surgery. These, as long as you take really good care of them, they can last you forever. I'm pretty sure animators or manga artists in Japan use these religiously, just because they feel really great in your hand. And if you saw my top 10 pens video, this one, I believe it was number 2 or number 1. And I just got this one for the Aleister Black, because my .005 from the Copic line completely crapped the bed. But waiting for another nib, I wouldn't have been able to do the Aleister Black so soon, so I just bought this one. These microns, just an example, this micron cost me $2. This was $12.99, so, or $12.49. So there's a huge difference in price. So if you need something quick, or a hobbyist, someone who just wants to play around with them, this is the way to go. But you want longevity, you're doing it professionally, even if you're doing architecture, what have you, Copic Multiliner. And now you know how to replace them. I mean, it's not a very hard process. It's just, like I said, if you only have one thing to replace, like if you only have one Multiliner, use the removal tool. It kind of looks like a can opener, but it's really tiny, and it just sits at the ridge here. I don't know if it'll zoom in enough. I got all these lights focused on me. The ridge here, it would go right in and then pop right out. But for the sake of the video and the fact that I need to use this for the next drawing, I wanted to show you guys how I do it. So let me know in the comments down below if there's any other tips and tricks you guys want to see as far as Copics or pencils. I know that I wanted to do another top 10 video as far as, because I've done pencils, I've done pens, but I haven't done actual markers yet. And for obvious reasons, I really only have Copics. Early on in the channel, I did an Artist Loft video about the Artist Loft markers, but I only bought one set, so I really have no basis to use these on. And another downfall with these is if you're colorblind, they're only numbered. So right now you might see another color that I see. To me this is blue, so I don't know what color you're seeing there. And you know, my kids and my wife make fun of me all the time. But Copics actually have the color. It's named in a different way, but the color's there with the number. So the Artist Loft don't have names on them. And this is a Japanese brand that I got. These have numbers, but they don't blend well. So I think doing a top 10 video for colors, this is a good example here. For colored markers would be good. Shinhan is the one that I was talking about prior to the Copic video. The Shinhans are fairly inexpensive compared to the Copics. They are numbered and they give you the color. And you know, just like Copic, they do these funny things where they'll, instead of a color, they'll just say peach. And obviously, if you're drawing a peach, you want to go to peach. Or if you're doing some blush in a girl's face, or even on Aleister Black here, I used peach for a lot of the tattoo textures. So the flower texture, it looks like a Sacred Heart, but like a demonic version, which I totally love. But his tattoos I knew were going to be the tough part of the video, so using those markers was a huge benefit, because like I said, I really don't see the colors too well, and you know, I see them, but what I see is different from what you see. So I do get a lot of comments about how bold my colors are, and that's not on purpose. I just, you know, I color what I see, and sometimes it looks right, sometimes it looks way off. So you let me know how bad it looks. I'm humble enough to bow down and say yes, it looks horrible. And then my biggest critic is my kids. So when they see me doing something and it looks like crap, they will tell me, "Dad, that looks horrible," and I will believe them. So I hope this video helped. And like I said, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And I want to thank Aleister Black. The Aleister Black video, just out of nowhere, I shared it on Twitter, and he retweeted it. And it's probably been the most retweeted and liked post I've ever done on Twitter. So thank you so much, Aleister, for that. Shout out. That was huge, and it shows what kind of person you are, because I always share any art that I do with, you know, any of the celebrities or video game companies, and very sparsely do I ever see them either like it or even retweet it. So the fact that you retweeted it, you liked it, and you shared it with your audience, that was huge. And thank you so much. You rock. And everybody's watching, you guys rock too. And gals. Look forward for that video on video game box art. I wanted to do one on a specific game, which is the Castlevania series. Just kind of ring it in, because Yami Kojima is one of my biggest inspirations for doing what I do. I always wanted to do video game art, and you know, comic books is like the video game realm, but to actually work on a video game has always been one of my dreams as far as doing illustrations. So video game art is huge to me, and doing something on a Yami Kojima and her Castlevania artwork, starting with Symphony of the Night, and I think she stopped at the DS games, and now she's doing Bloodstained. So doing a video on her is going to be pretty fun, and I can't wait to do that. So watch out for that video. And then there are a couple people I missed for the artist showcase, and that was not on purpose. There was some issues with OBS, and I did state it in the video. But TOS Studios, you're still going to come up, and believe there was Mike from Twitter. I apologize for not getting your stuff up. Just like I said, when I uploaded the images to OBS, they just would not show up. So I'm going to have to tweak around with the Mac and see what was going on with that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Hope this was educational and instructional or what have you. Let me know in the comments if that helped at all. And as always, thank you so much. And don't forget to keep it over 9,000. Bye.
Get ready for the next battle.